always hear a lot of women saying, oh, this date beat me up, this date beat me up, but they don't say the plight that they have with these dates. You don't say that you got in that man's car, and when that man wasn't looking, or that man got out to go in the store and get change to give you your money, that you robbed that man. You didn't say that when that man left and he realized that you robbed him and you was all high up off dope, not paying attention, and you never supposed to be like that when you out here on these dates, because this shit is serious, real life. You come out here all high up and you jump in these cars, and you jump in this man's car that you done did wrong, okay? And now this man has seeked his revenge, and you go running down the street telling everybody, don't get in that car because this man robbed me, this man did this, that, and the third. But what did you do to that man in order to make that man put his hands on you? Ain't no man coming out here that's willingly paying for what he want. It's going to jeopardize the situation by putting his hands on you. Because he's coming out here for what he's seeking, and he's seeking sex or dress up as one, whatever it is his fantasy is for that moment. That's what he's seeking. He's not coming out here to put his hands on you. 9 times out of 10, he gonna do that to his wife. That's why he ain't in the house with her right now.
Take me in slow, breathe me in and let me go. Filling the lungs inside you, and the blackened eyes make my way into your mind. Just to know what you knew. Restless every time we start locking.
I've had men that pick women up out here that genuinely just can't talk to a woman because they don't know how to approach a woman. I've had men come out here to just fuck with a woman because they woman is doing other things like spending all their money and dating other motherfucking men, because that's the way they met them, so obviously that's the way their relationship is going to continue to be. So meanwhile, while she's fucking you over, you still ain't getting what you want out of the process, so you're out here seeking what you ain't getting at home. You have men that's just genuinely out here just to be out here. You have men out here that say that they fucked this girl and make it seem like that was his girlfriend, and they go tell their boys on the block while they trapping, yeah, me and my bitch did this last night. In all actuality, that wasn't his bitch, that was some trick he picked up off the street. But if that's the persona that you're putting on, that's the persona that you're gonna have to keep up.
Okay, what are some horror stories that you have seen or experienced out here in Kensington?
I've seen women just genuinely getting roughed up, snatched up, and threw in cars. Why? Because they was tied up off heroin, dipping in a horror night, and didn't know where they was or what they was doing. Sleep, and 2 men jumped out of cars and scooped them up and put them in the back of trucks. I've seen women picked up and threw in trucks, all hide up off of heroin and can't defend themselves. I've seen men genuinely pay for the date, do the date, and then turn into somebody else and rob you and take the money back. I've seen men hit women, throw them in the car, rape them, and then once they get out the car, they throw money at them, because that was the date. They wanted to make you feel like you was raped because that's their fantasy. I've seen all type of shit. I've seen shit you couldn't even imagine. I've seen men throw women into suitcases and make them stand there, make them sit down, spit on them, piss on them, shit on them, make them wipe the shit on them, and then fuck them. I've seen men spend hundreds of dollars and then call the cops on you and say you robbed them. And the only thing that saved the woman is the fact that they were going in and out of a certain store, and the store has cameras. So they've seen you with this man on more than one occasion in this day, but this man is saying you robbed him, and that was the first time you ever seen him.
What are some of the ages of these guys that go after, you know, the girls that work out here?
Oh man, anywhere from niggas that's 17 to 65.
Tell us about the young guys.
The young guys ride around the block 5-9 times. Because they don't want their homies to see you picking you up, and then when they call you to the car, hurry up, get in here, get in. Jump in the car, and then they want to drop you off where they picked you up at. But try to hurry up and throw you out the car damn near. Because again, they don't want their homies to see you getting out their car. I mean, it's all about the person and how good you are at spitting your game and how good you are at doing what you do. Because my father always told me closed legs are definitely getting fed more than anybody open legs. Why pay for the cow when you can get the milk for free?
So how do you go about a date? How do you go about it?
I don't go about it. I have a person seek me. I'm not coming to your car. I'm not telemarketing you. I'm not approaching you, because in that plight of you doing that, you don't know who you're approaching. That man you think you could approach him could be an off-duty cop. So I don't approach anyone. I let everyone who think they want to do a date with me approach me.
What's the most amount of money you made on a date?
$4,000.
How many guys do you have to be with to make that money?
In that instance, it was one.
Repeat that?
In that instance, it was one. And that's what I tell these young boys. These young boys out here calling these women prostitutes. They nasty. Y'all out here fucking these men. Well, guess what? I'd rather fuck every last one of these men and get paid rather than to fuck you for free and get up with just a wet ass.
Have you been tested for HIV?
All the time.
What are some of the prices of drugs out here?
5, 10, 20. That's the main prices. A hard or fentanyl is 5, 10. Dippers is 10.
What's a dipper? Because some of us...
Dippers is wet. Pee-pie, that is your pipe. They call it a gun, they call it a shooter, they call it a dick. Man, you got crack. They call them the trash cans. They call it rices, grains of salt. They call it half cans, no cans. Call it by the colors. Call it by the containers they're in. Some of the containers look like shark teeth, so they call them shark teeth. Works. And they call them works because that's the only way you're gonna get your fix up in you. So you gotta fix your works up to get your fix. Lucy's, cigarettes. We call them Lucy's because they sell them individualized instead of by the pack. Dope, manteiga, dog food, crack, piedra. And that's not even a lingo, that's just another language. But it's a frequent language because we are all raised up with a lot of Puerto Ricans.